Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa is not a financial planner. And please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so your forecast fair opening price for Friday the 13th, $420.80. $420.80. That's your fair opening price. Grandpa calculates what's fair. And I'm right approximately 9 out of 10 times, but the one time I'm wrong, it's usually by $10 or more. So that's all I can tell you about that. Let's see. And I nailed it this morning. A matter of fact, we went through my fair opening price right at the open and at the end of the day also. So, and what was that? Let's see. 417.34 was the fair opening price for Thursday today. And like I say, we went through it multiple times, which is always fun. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. High to low today, $11.20 from high to low, the range. Had a high of 429.30, a low of 415, and we closed at 418.10. In the red, indexes were all in the red. Fairly a fair amount, even the Dow, everything, all three, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow. That's what you call the indexes, or at least that's what Grandpa calls them. Tesla underperformed. We took a dip today, and I'm going to tell you why here shortly. We had divergence today. Volume dropped by 5 million shares today on lower prices. Total of 86 million, approximately 86 million shares were bought and sold, and I view that as slightly positive. Dominant trend is absolutely up. Pivot point 302.70 is your bottom pivot point, and we are currently looking for a top pivot point. Let's see if I can get it halfway decent here for you. So there, this white line is 302.70, and that is your bottom pivot point. And it's a question of whether or not 432.45 will be your top pivot point. I do not believe so. I don't think it's even going to be close to it. My initial thoughts were we might have one in the 437 area. Don't panic down here. This is a buying opportunity, people. And I'll tell you where shortly. Yeah, 432.45, it could potentially be our top pivot point, but I don't believe so. 437.20 would give us $60 up from our previous top pivot point at 367.20, and but I'm looking at 507, 509 would be really more my estimate now from what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing a lot of shorting going on up there with the market makers and the blinking that I see in that 507, 509 area, predominantly the 507 and a half area. And so I'm really leaning towards that as actually being our top pivot point. But yeah, we got a nice, healthy retracement here. You got to just, you got to just be happy with this. This opportunity, if you have gunpowder, do some buying in Grandpa's opinion. Okay, upside resistance. Well, we have a tiny bit of resistance at 420.80, which is Grandpa's fair opening price for Friday. Above that, you have 426.60, 435.10, 440.90, 455.41 going up. And like I say, I'm looking for 507, 509 area is what I'm really looking for as a true pivot point. And at that point, we can retrace back down to 425, maybe even 400 would be nice, and then back up to the races again. On our way to 700,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Downside support. We have downside support at, well, we bottomed out at 415. So 415, that was the low of the day. 415, 412.30, 406.50. Now this one's important. 403.77. Based on what I'm seeing, if we do get lucky enough to get a dip down, if they get that crazy, 403.77, you want to load the bus, in Grandpa's opinion. The other day I was leaning towards 397, never seen it. But 403.77 very likely could bottom us out. And then it's off to the races. I'm expecting this thing to end up closing on Friday in the 425, 430 area. Okay? And next week, we're off to the races. This thing, what you're seeing right here is an opportunity, and I'm going to tell you why you got your opportunity just shortly here. So down below that, of course, you have a little resistance at an even number of 400, and then if it breaks below 400, just hold out for 391.50. And remember, trading is reactive, not predictive. That's why Grandpa always says trading is reactive, not predictive. That's why Grandpa does forecasts. And but it's based on calculations, you know. Trading really is reactive. It's got to be reactive. Okay, let's see. We got a little bit of news here. Kathy Wood, and this is why I think you got this buying opportunity that you got. And people knew about it before Grandpa, but it happened yesterday. Kathy Wood sold $21.8 million worth of Tesla shares on Wednesday. I think she got a pretty good price on Wednesday. 21.8 million shares she sold yesterday of her holdings. But now the market just gets scared to death when Kathy Wood sells some shares in Tesla, okay? But it's a nothing burger. It's absolutely a nothing burger. She's taking some profits. She's kind of like Grandma. She takes profits here and there. Grandma's back in and going long. Grandpa's long. Jeff's long. We're all in the game here. So Kathy Wood sold 21.8 million shares, I believe, on Wednesday. but she's still holding approximately $380 million worth of Tesla, and it's her highest, it's her largest holding in her portfolios is Tesla. So, and then on some other news here, I'm going to get through this quick today. Elon says that any GOP, that's a Republican senator, that votes against Trump's cabinet picks will be primaried, and that he will finance the campaign for their replacement. So they need to get with it, in Grandpa's opinion. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it here. Here's your fair opening price for tomorrow. It's 420.80, this white line right here. Here was today's 417.34, and these are 4-hour candles, so we went through this line multiple times. We went through it actually in the first 5 minutes of trading approximately today, and of course we got this dip down to 415, and Grandpa managed to snag share down there at 415.25 just to see if he could do it. But yeah, that 415 area, that's a buying opportunity. I think we're going to run halfway tight tomorrow. You know, that $10-15 range potentially, and a little bit of sideways action back and forth. But Monday the race is on. Next week, by the end of next week, I'm thinking we could be edging up towards 470. We're going to be making new highs all through next week, on our way to 507 area. 507 is where Grandpa thinks we're going to potentially make our top pivot point. 507, 509. That would be very realistic, and for as strong as this stock is. And then that, you know, the 507 area, that's where Grandma's going to sell some of her shares and look to rebuy the bottom pivot point as we search for that. Jeff says he had a buy-in at 415. Oh, it went to 415. I did mine at 415.25, Jeff. You know, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. I'm teasing Jeff. That poor guy. He's up there in the North Pole, 17 below zero without the wind chill. Jeepers. Nasty. Okay, so that's all I know about that. Now we'll do what we always do. Don't blame Grandpa if you sell your Tesla shares. Don't blame Grandpa if you sell your Tesla shares. Don't blame Grandpa. Don't blame Grandpa. Don't blame Grandpa if you sell your Tesla shares. Yep. You know, I've said this before a few times, but I'm going to say it again because of Optimus, Robotaxi, full self-driving, Megapack. It's never ending what Tesla has going for it. AI. You know, if you sell your Tesla shares for $50,000 a piece each, and that Grandpa believes that day is coming quicker than you think. But if you do, don't blame Grandpa when a year later they're 100,000. Jeff says, don't blame Grandpa if you go short and lose. You got that right. Nobody in their mind would ever short this stock. She's not just. It's going to stop at the moon at $10,000, and on its way to 50 and then 100. It moves in multiples of 20 according to Grandpa's calculating, and that puts us right up at 7,700 to 8,000. And the next move after that is way over 100,000 when it does its next multiple of 20. So calculate that out. Grandpa did. Okay. Hey, think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does.